Karthik. Today we will be solving a Leetcode problem of the day. So the problem name is count ways to build good strings. So in this we have given integers called 0, 1, low and high. And we have to construct a string by starting with an empty string, and then at each step we have to perform either of the following operations. So what we can do is we can append the character 0 times, or we can append the character 1 times. Okay, and this can be performed any number of times. Okay, and what is a good string? So a good string is a string constructed by the above process having a length between low and high. Okay, so that means we have to construct a string using the operation given 0 or 1, and then the length should be between low and high. Okay, and the answer could be very large, so we have to return uh, doing mode by 10 to the power 9 plus 10. Okay, and this question is asked by companies like Oracle and Citadel. Okay, so first let's understand the example number 1. In this we have given low equals to 3 and high equals to 3, and 0 equals to 1 and 1 equals to 1. Okay, so how we can solve it? So let's suppose low is 3 and high is 3. Okay, so let's suppose n is 3 here. Okay, so we have to build a string of length 3. Okay, so for the first character, like for the string first character, we are having a choice. Okay, we are having a choice of taking 1 0 or 1 1. Let's suppose we have taken 1, or we have taken here 0. If we have taken 1 here, the length, remaining length become 2. We are left with 2 space here. Okay, and here also we are left with 2 space. Okay, now for this also we are having a choice. We can take 1, we can take 0. Okay, and if we are taking 1, then also we are left with 1 space. If we are taking 0, then also we are left with 1 space. Okay, so for this as well, for this space as well, we are having a choice. We can take 1 or we can take 0. Okay, for this space as well, we are having a choice. We can take 1 or we can take 0. Okay, so as you can see, for every step we are reducing the length. Okay, so previously it was 3, we perform some operation, and then it becomes 2, we perform some operation, then it becomes 1. Okay, and also you can see for every step we are having some choices. Okay, so whenever we find some choices, we try to apply DP. Okay, but how we can apply DP? So for let's suppose for n equals to 3, what we can do is we can add 0 operation, or we can add 1. So n is 3. What we have done is we have added 1 0, we have added 1 1, then the length become 2. Okay, or let's suppose 0 is given 2 here. Okay, 0 is given 2. Okay, so we can add 2 zeros or we can add 1 1. Okay, so as length is 3, so let's suppose we have added 2 zeros, then the length, remaining length become 1. Or what we can do is we can add 1 1 here, then the remaining length become 2. Okay, for the remaining length 2, what we can do is we can add one more 1. If we are adding 1, then the length become only 1. If we are adding 0, then the length becomes 0. Okay, now the length is if we have taken the 2 zeros in the first step, then the length becomes 1, and now we can't take 0. Okay, if we are taking 0, then it becomes minus 1. That is not possible. Okay, because our answer should be between low or high. Okay, so we can take only 1, then the length becomes 0. Okay, so for every length we will be performing the operation. After that we are just counting the steps. Okay, so we will be doing all the things. So for as n equals to 3, we are building a tree kind of a structure, and there will be many sub problems which are common. So we will be using a deep approach. Okay, so how we can code it up? Let's look into it. Okay, so first we will try for every length. Okay, so first is our answer and our mode. Mode is what? 10 to the power 9 plus 7, and then for length in range of low comma 5 plus 1. So for every length we will calculate how many steps it can get. Okay, so answer equals to answer plus solve of length by mode, and then we just have to return answer. Now what the solve function will be given, it will be taking length. Okay, if length is 0, that means we got our answer, we got our string, then we can return 1. Now if length is lesser than 0, okay, so here in the case, as we are having we are on length 1, and if we are taking a this step, then it become -1. Okay, if it become -1, then that is not a valid case. So for it we have to return 0, and now we are having a zeros count, which is solve length minus 0, and then we are having a 1 count, which is solve length minus 1, and here then we will return 1 count plus 0 count by mode. Okay, so we are just doing these things. Okay, now this is only simple recursion. Okay, and there are many smaller sub problems. Okay, so what we can do is we can apply DP here. So how we can apply DP? Just write as cache none. Okay, let's try to run it. So it is working fine. Let's try to submit it. So as you can see, it is working absolutely fine. So if you have any doubt in this question, please let me know in the comment section. I will try to resolve it. Thank you.